So I decided I'm going to journal my journey of starting this party favor slash digital designs, going to print designs and stuff business. So we're going to start with the printer. Uh, for context, we are in November. It's the 2nd November 2024. And I've been thinking about this for a while. So previously I have done other digital designs. I've always done some form of creative design work, and usually it was for free. And then now recently this year I purchased a new car, which was around about May, and then I realized it was quite expensive to have a new car. It's not a new car, but new to me. And I realized I need to find a way to make another extra grand. So I decided to start looking at what do I in any case do and how do I charge for it. And that kind of started the trend of me trying to reach this target of 1K. So I've always loved design work, creative work, and getting to the crux of it. I will tell you how we got to the printer, but I needed to make money. And so things have been going well, but what I've noticed is that one, a lot of people like the printing side of things. So I made these worksheets at some point, and then people would have to print it. I would just give them the digital design for the print work, and I didn't get as much sales as I would have liked. But okay, we didn't. That we pivoted from there. I got some business in. I officially sold my first. There was this banner that I made for Titans, and I was super amped because I did some free jobs for them, and now I had this paying job, which was super awesome. And then they had it printed, and it's the school roll up thing, and I was like, when I got the because I obviously only saw the digital version of it, and when I got the actual footage or picture of what this product looked like, I was like, yo, that was so quiet. I thought it was like super professional. Yes, I'm tooting my own horn a little bit, but I really loved what it looked like. I was quite surprised. I'm like, yo, this looks awesome. And then obviously exploring on TikTok, I started seeing these party favor businesses, and I'm like, you know what? I can do this, man. Um, but I obviously didn't have a printer. So at the printer story, we did some research. November we go through specials, and the last time I checked, the printers was going for 4K. So this one was going for 2.5. I don't know if it's a great printer or not. All I know is that this eco tank is a thing that people were speaking about, and Epson is a brand that many people that you have party favor businesses is using. And so I kind of went with that, and then I saw Macro had a special. But if you're in South Africa, so Macro's like Target of America or something like that, or Walmart, or I don't know, but you need to sign for a card. And so the day started off me just being late because I had to go to orientation for my son because he's starting school next year, or big school as we call it. And then eventually got there, and then I had another coaching training, and then I get to this place, and then there was a whole long story about the printer. So first, in the booklet that I got, they didn't give me, like, they didn't have the L3252 on it. They only had this other 250 range, and then the other one. And then luckily there was this guy, and I think his name was Cornelius, the salesperson. He was really lovely. He approached me, asked how can I help you and whatever. And I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to purchase it, but I also saw that the Black Friday sale for this specific printer was going to end in on tomorrow the 3rd. And so I was like, ah, you know what, let's just do it. Then I still asked him about the ink, and then I had to work out, like, is it maybe because the ink isn't easily available, and then I couldn't find glossy paper, and then I got to the line, found that I didn't have a macro card, and so I had to register for a card eventually. Oh, and then I asked this guy, would you mind, can I use your macro card? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay. And I went on and I went to do my card, and then I came back, the print machine was off. Then I got the stamp record, and they said next time I'm there I must just ask him to print it, but okay. Then I got to the till, and this girl's asking me, the cashier's asking me, um, why is it not working? So I look at it, I'm like, I don't know, I don't work here, I did what I needed to do. And also I had to go to coaching training, so obviously I'm a little bit annoyed at this process because I have to now get this. I don't know, it's such a hassle. I don't mind having to get the card, but they should either have, as you're standing, because you're already standing in this long line, if you don't have a card, a place where you can quickly sign up for it or something like that, man. But I had to walk all the way to the other side and then all the way back. And then, okay. And then my son is cleaning up. And then she's like giving me attitude. I don't know. So I'm like, well, I also don't know. And then she's like, I'm just the cashier. So I'm like, okay, then I'll rather just leave this thing because, like, I don't know, man. You're supposed to help. I don't know, but okay, I was a bit irritated. So I told her, oh, then I asked another person, let me remember. So I asked another person when I came back when the Starwood card didn't work. So I asked another person, can I use the card? And he's like, sure. He gave me his card, and then I was like, thanks. Now I'm asking her, is there by any chance, if I have an issue, is this going to be a problem that it's on someone else's name? And so she's like, yes, of course it's going to be a problem. So I'm like, okay, what can we do? So whatever. So she again just said, it's not her job. And I'm like trying not to be mean and just be like, so I left it. And then I'm like, okay, then I'm going to leave everything. Can I speak to a manager or something? So she calls the manager. She's clearly irritated at me. I'm clearly irritated at this whole situation that now happened. And then I eventually I'm like, okay, cool. So the manager's really nice. The manager comes, helps, says, can I get your temporary card again? Looks at it, puts it in. It worked fine, no problem. So I'm like, okay, cool. Finally get the card working and everything. Then I forget I have a limit on my card. So everything that possibly could, not everything, but so much that could go wrong did go wrong, because then I updated my limit, and then I updated my drawing cash limit, not the actual card, and then I had to go back on the system. And then I also obviously told the manager, listen, I didn't appreciate how this was dealt with. Don't tell me it's not your job. Just say, okay, I'll try and get you somebody. And then it could have been alleviated quickly. But okay. And then eventually we updated the limits and eventually things went through. And then I get to the car and then I can't find my keys to the car. Yeah, so I felt like, everything wasn't going my way. I was like wondering, is there something I'm even supposed to do? Is there just, I don't know. Is there just stuff in my space telling me this isn't for me? But then I went to a training, this coaching training, and so this guy from Scotland, I do karate, and then we had a guy from Scotland come. He's this Wukov COO or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but he's cool. So usually I thought when we went to the coaching training, it's going to be about how the points are executed, how you need to like prepare your students, and usually that's what the training looks like, but this one was completely different. And he was so motivating, like just the certain things that he said. I took some notes. I'm going to read some of the notes that came out of it. But his first part was he quoted Richard Branson, and he was like, "This isn't a rule, but screw it, let's do it." You know, and then he said Richard Branson just said, "Screw it, let's do it." It's a book that he actually wrote. And I was like, "Yeah, I feel you." And then you were saying no excuses. You do the most that you can with the things that you have. So there was a few talking points. So he's like, sometimes you must just ask the big question, why we here? So why we here, or what's the purpose, but why? What's the why? And then he also mentioned that really we really good at talking ourselves out of things, which I feel like I was doing for the longest time, and it's like I had to hear this guy tell me in my face, don't make excuses, don't talk yourself out of it. Come on. He said, accept no excuses. And then there was a few pictures that I've taken. Let's see, hopefully it actually opens up. Um, so this is all about high performance coaching now. So one of the things that I really love is it's doing the best you can where you are with what you have got. So doing the best you can where you are with what you got. I'm like, yo. So I think a lot of times you will say, um, no, but they grew up in better circumstances, or they don't have the struggles that I have. And you use like this example, this girl's autistic and she got sponsored by Red Bull, and he just simply said there is no excuses, you find a way, you ask. um, then he also mentioned be the best at everything that requires no talent, and I was like, yo, what do you mean first? And then it's like a simple hello, how are you? Just genuinely caring. Do the best at everything that requires no talent. And then there was a few other things that's not really related to the topic. Um, but very, I just said really wow. There was another point that he mentioned. He said consistency. I think this is what we hear a lot, and this is something that I struggle most with the most. I enjoy doing things, but I'm not as consistent as I should be. And so it says consistency is a superpower. Success lies in the consistent control of habits, emotions, and mindset. Do ordinary things consistently well. Do ordinary things consistently well. Yo, let me see, there was another one, habits. Habits shape identity, bold identity based habits. Small habits make a big difference. Reduce friction, be consistent, it will aggregate gains. And so, yeah, we'll see. Okay, none of this really matters, but we'll see how this whole thing goes down. Um, I was clearly not having the best of days, but I think it was almost like a demonstration that business isn't always going to be great. Um, I am genuinely, for me, I don't like, I'm risk adverse, especially when it comes to spending my money on things, because I mean, I work hard for it. But without risk, without risk, there's no reward. And so this is like calculated risk. I'm figuring that if it doesn't work out, I can still use the printer for my son, for activities that he has, so it's not a complete loss. I went through a whole process. I even I made a plan to also have my stuff printed by my dad, because he also has what's this inkjet ink tank system or whatever. So we still gonna go ahead with that, and I said I'll give him a portion, you know, because like we have an agreement, so 10% of whatever I make I'll give to him for using his printer, because you can't do work for free, man. Also, it doesn't matter if it's family or whatever. One hand washes the other, but it must be beneficial for everybody. So, not to keep you any longer, um, I kind of did these. So I had the amazing teacher. I just tested it out. And then it flips over, I use Sprit. And then I did one like this, designs and stuff. And a QR code to the Instagram. And I don't know, I want to do something there, so we'll see. So this is very basic designs. And the idea is I want to do the design work, and then I'll have somebody actually put everything together. And obviously I'll do the prototype. Inside here is actually a hard um, box. I see the glue is opening up a bit, so I bought double-sided tape. So I'm just gonna have to play around, see what works. But that's me today. We will be filling the ink. Also, I wanted to buy glossy paper today, and that didn't work out. Also, because they didn't have glossy paper, and I genuinely don't like driving to 2-3 different places. But yeah, I'm hoping to see how things turn out. Hoping to look back at this. So me starting my small side hustle business, I decided to now invest. I'm gonna start off with the Eco Tanker L3252, and hopefully in a few months time I get to reflect, say how it went, hopefully figure out how this thing works, and mainly be consistent. I think that is the biggest thing for me, the consistency. I think everything else I can deal with. um, but yeah, wish me luck. And if you are also trying to start this a side hustle type of thing, please share in the comments below what side hustle it is. If you are also doing a party favor business wherever you're based, let me know how it's going. Share any tips, tricks that you know. It will be cool. I've been wanting to post on YouTube, and I have a lot of excuses why I don't. Editing is one of the biggest reasons, but it's just excuses at the end of the day. So I'm gonna accountability was also something they spoke about. So I'm gonna find a way of holding myself accountable, maybe through someone else holding me accountable, or putting money on the line to be held accountable. I don't know, we're still figuring that out. But yeah, wish me luck. um, I am going to create some samples, so ideally I am hopefully by next week. Let's see, I need to actually plan a calendar, because I mean it mustn't interfere with what I'm already doing. I feel that I already have my work that I need to consider, and then I have the time that I have to spend with my kid that I need to consider. So this is something extra that I enjoy doing, but I need to try and slot it in. So if it means having to give up some time here and there, I need to look at and weigh up what it is. And also, let's not forget the studying. But yeah, so we will see how we integrate everything. We'll hopefully reflect back in a year's time. um like I was saying, I was trying to do the whole YouTube thing, and I think I made 4 posts this year after stopping in 2020 when I did the first repost, and then I did 4 posts, and then consistency just lacked. So let's see how this goes. Wish me luck again. I wish you luck for whatever you are busy doing, and thank you for listening. If you came to the end of the video, please let me know what you'd like to see. What I think I'll be working on is specifically some um, Christmas chocolate ideas, and some teacher thingy ideas. But I think I'll mainly start off with just the chocolate, start off small, use the tools I have, and then take it from there. Ciao!